Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. In today's video, we're going to be creating this smoky, purpley, cranberry, fall inspired type makeup look. It's got a little bit of shimmer and an ombre lip. Just some fun. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so to start this look, I'm going to be taking this month's deck of Scarlet palette. This is a brand that I have been talking about for a very, very long time now. It is a subscription service and you pay $29.95 every 2 months and you receive this whole palette that's got, you know, cheek products, eye products, lip products. Some of them come with eyeliners and lip liners and lipsticks, all different things. It's essentially everything that you would need to create one full makeup look. And the really cool thing about this brand is that each palette is created in collaboration with a top YouTuber, and I am all about supporting my sisters here on the tube, so go team internet. This month's palette is in collaboration with Melly Sanchez. She is a huge inspiration of mine. She's incredibly talented and I really love this sort of fall kind of smoky palette that she has created. So yeah, we're going to go in and start our eyes using this one. Now I've already applied eye primer and I've also already applied tape to the sides of my eyes, and I'm actually taking the blush color out of the palette. The great thing about this palette is all of the shades are fairly interchangeable. You can use pretty much everything in this palette in any way that you want. So yeah, I started with the blush just on the outer corners and sort of buffing it out into the outer crease to create a really gradient sort of transition color. I'm then going in on a smaller, denser, fluffier brush, and I'm going to be working this beautiful maroon shade really kind of directly through the outer crease and the outer corners. And then once I am done buffing that color through the crease, I'm going to start packing it all over the lid, laying it down as a base color. These shadows are very good quality. They're very pigmented and easy to blend. If you want to see some of the other looks that I've created with some of the other palettes, I will link those videos down below. They're also cruelty free, which is great, and you're not locked into the subscription either. So yeah. I love them. I mean, you guys know that I love them. I've been talking about them for a very long time. This is certainly going to be no surprises to you guys. There is a link at the top of the description bar down below where you can get 10% off if you are interested in joining up for Deck of Scarlet. And if you've got any questions about the service, please leave them in the comments down below. Alright, so you can see that I've been slowly adding that darker color from the palette, gradually building up the intensity to create a really soft shadow in the outer corners. And the purpose behind that is because we're going to be going in with this gorgeous cream sort of shimmery eyeshadow from Mecca Max. This is in the color Waitlist. And with just the tip of my finger, I'm going to be packing this one all over the lid. I'm going to pack it all the way sort of from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner, blending it over top of both that maroon and that sort of darker blacky brown color. And you can see by doing that, it's created a really soft color gradient where like the shimmer looks darker in the outer corner and then it gradually gets lighter towards the inner corner. So I'm just taking a soft brush that I used earlier. It's not clean or anything, and I'm just basically buffing out the edges. Then going back into my Deck of Scarlet palette, I'm using the highlighter. This is actually a cheek highlighter. I'm using it to highlight my brow bone and my inner corners. Now moving on to eyeliner, I'm going to add, you know what, I'm not doing a huge wing. I feel like in a lot of recent tutorials I've done a massive wing. So we're going a little bit more low-key today. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner. This is a really good smudge-proof one if you are wondering. And the great thing about applying this tape first is basically I can go crazy. I can make it look like a hot dang mess and then look, peel the tape off. Ta-da! It's like I'm a magician and I've got the harshest line imaginable and it looks like I'm a pro at like eyeliner. Does it get better than that? I don't think it does. No. Now for the lower lash line, I am just adding that sort of warmer blush shade all the way through, smudging it out into the outer corners, and then I'm also adding that maroon as well. I'm keeping the shimmer away from the lower lash line because I want that drama to remain on the lid only. Then mascara, and then lashes, and that is the final eye look. Let's move on to the skin now. And I will be listing all of the products that I've used in the description bar down below, don't you worry. Now for the skin, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty, this is the Pro Filter Primer. I'm really not sure if I actually like this or not yet, guys. I mean, it works, but is it groundbreaking? Not sure. I'm basically trying to test it with as many different foundations as possible. I'm now going in with the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation. You all know that I absolutely adore this foundation. And I'm using the Clarisonic foundation brush to blend this one in. I've been obsessing over this thing lately. It was in my monthly favorites. I'm obsessed. It just makes everything look so good. I'm also finding that I'm using way smaller amounts of foundation to get the same amount of coverage when using this, which is also really cool. Moving on to concealer, I'm taking the Nars Matte Creamy Matte Concealer. Is that what this is called? And a damp beauty blender sponge, and I'm basically just applying this concealer underneath my eyes, down the center of my nose, my forehead and my chin, and kind of gently working that one in with the sponge. And then I'm going to come back in with the Clarisonic brush and kind of buff out the edges, because you can see here that you can kind of see the lines where, you know, that lighter concealer joins the darker foundation. So yeah, I'm just basically blending that all in so it's super nice and seamless. And then moving on to concealer, I'm taking my much loved Fenty Match Stick. This is in the color, gosh, now this is going to be a test. The color Mocha, I'm pretty sure. This is basically a cream contour stick, but it's got this really beautiful matte finish. Now, the only irk that I kind of have with this product is it is quite a dry formula. Now, obviously that makes it perfect for oilier skin types, but it also does mean that you need to take a little bit more time and care blending it out. And you can see that I'm applying the cream contour, then blending that area, then I'm applying it to another area, then blending, rather than drawing it all over my face and then blending it in all at once, because it dries down, and once it is dried down, like, that stuff is not budging. It is absolutely foolproof, solidly not budging at all. Okay, now applying a cream highlighter and blending that one in as well. This is the Benefit What's Up highlighter. I've been really liking doing this lately, applying a cream highlighter, then powdering, and then putting a little bit of a powder highlight on top. I've just been finding recently that doing it in this way has really been adding a lot of like radiance and kind of healthiness to the skin, but without affecting how long my makeup will last and without getting kind of all, you know, slippy, slidey, oily, and gross. Now, I'm setting my face with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I am absolutely beyond words obsessed with this stuff. It's my absolute favorite powder ever, and I will link the review video I did on this one in the description bar down below. Now, adding that same blush that I used through the outer creases of my eyes onto my cheeks from the Deca Scarlet palette. It's a really good you know, technique to do, actually, to tie the eyes and the cheeks in together. If you use your blush somewhere in your eye makeup as well, it kind of just, yeah, it makes it all flow nice and seamlessly, and the colors just look a lot nicer that way, I reckon. I've also added the powder highlighter from the palette to the tops of my cheekbones and my inner corners of my eyes, and now we're going to move on to lips. So this edition of the Deca Scarlet palette came with a double-sided lip pencil. One side of it is a lip liner and the other side is like a chubby lipstick. I'm first lining my lips with the lip liner. I'm then going to be taking that darker color on the chubby side of it to fill in the outer corners, because I want to do a really sort of pretty soft and subtle ombre lip with this look today. Now, unfortunately, an ombre lip is not something that you can do in half a second and it's going to look perfect. You do actually have to take a little bit of time to get it right. So I'm using a little lip brush to kind of feather out those edges and blend it down. I'm then going to be taking the lighter color from the Deca Scarlet palette. It does come with two lip shades, but this nude kind of pinky color here, this one is more of like a glossy kind of finish. Really gorgeous, really long wearing, and really pigmented. I'm going to be applying that one to the center of my lips and sort of gently fading it into the darker color to create a really nice wearable sort of fall inspired lip. I'm just loving it. And then, of course, to lock everything down and to keep the makeup where I want it on my face all day long, I'm using the Nakia Joy Rose Setting Spray. If you haven't heard already, this is a collaboration that I worked on recently, and it is so bomb for keeping your makeup locked in place all day long. I'll pop the link for it down below. But here is the finished look, guys. A really nice sort of sultry, smoky, fall-inspired eye and a nude kind of ombre lip. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!